Welcome into the Ace Craftsman Workshop. We're with expert handyman Sean Buino. And Sean, you have some natural methods to get rid of those pesky odors in the house.
That's right, and that word is tossed around a lot nowadays. There's natural this, natural that, just to find out it's really not that natural. Well, everything that we have today that we're going to talk about is actually natural.
Instead of masking odors, we want to eliminate odors. And Sean's brought some products to do just that, including vinegar, a bucket of water, a sponge, and a few different products from Fresh Wave. Let's try Sean's first odor eliminating technique.
You like to cook, I like to cook, we all like to cook, and sometimes we cook some exotic, very stinky things, maybe fish in the house. Well, this is a quick thing that you can do in your house. Just take a regular bowl out of the cabinet and take your bottle of vinegar from underneath the kitchen sink and just place it on the counter. And this will actually pull and neutralize the odors in that room. Typically, you would leave the bowl with vinegar overnight, and the next morning you shouldn't really smell anything in the air. So now that we have the vinegar out, I'm gonna show you another trick. This is definitely for the new homeowner that gets into a house that's really stinky. Maybe the previous owner was a smoker, or there's a lot of cooking going on.
Pets, animals, things
Yeah,
like
whatever that strong odor is, that's usually sitting on the paint in the walls. And this next trick is very simple. It's a wall wash that I'm going to teach you how to do. So we're just going to get a bucket of warmer water, and we're going to pour vinegar into that bucket. It should be 1 part vinegar and 4 parts water. In the Ace Studio today, we've got just a little handheld sponge. Yeah. So if you're doing an entire room or an entire house, take a sponge mop that's on a long pole, and you get through this project really simply. So just let's get back to this painted wall here.
And this vinegar, it's not going to affect the paint?
This will affect the paint, but what we're doing now is prepping for a new coat of paint.
Okay.
So if you're going to do a small cleaning job, maybe once a year, cut down on the ratio of vinegar to water. But if you're prepping it for a new coat of paint, you can put as much vinegar as you want, because essentially it's not going to matter because you're putting new paint on the wall. Now sometimes, if it's a really bad situation, you may have to use a good primer or shellac-based primer. And this is actually a stain-blocking primer that also blocks odors as well. So if it's really, really bad, you may need an odor-blocking primer before your final coat of paint. So to get that fumey paint smell out of the house, try a product called Fresh Wave. There's a few different products in the line. So this gel product here, when you open up the jar, it actually vaporizes into the air, and it wraps itself around the odorous molecules and destroys them.
And this is safe for animals and things like that?
It is. It's basically a combination of plant oils and water, so it's super safe. And what I like about this is this product here lasts about 30 days, and you will actually see the gel disappear when it's no longer working.
Now, where are some of the places in our home that we could put this?
So this would be a great option to put inside of a closet that doesn't have a lot of airflow or ventilation, but you may have a lot of shoes in there that get worn. Anywhere that you have pet items, if you have a litter box at home.
And both of us have soon-to-be teenage sons, so this will probably end up in one of their rooms as well.
Absolutely. As you see here, we have a piece of carpet. This is one of those materials inside the home that can really hold on to odors.
Yep.
And one way to get that out is to actually use the Fresh Wave spray here. And you just spray the carpet down. Those odors are actually being destroyed by the Fresh Wave. And remember, this is not going to clean your carpet. This is just going to destroy the odors on it.
Every homeowner has to deal with foul smells, and I'm happy that I now have a few options when it comes to beating the stink. Plus, I love that all these options don't mask the odor with a fragrant perfume. Instead, they destroy the odor. Always a pleasure, Sean. Thanks a lot.
Take a couple of these for the way home.
I will too. I'm just going to miss the whole thing too.